Eyes for Allah, nothing but Allah. Ba is the beginning of Bismillah. Ta is for taqwa, bewaring of Allah. And Tha is for thawab, a reward. Ja is for Jannah, the garden of paradise. Ha is for Hajj, the blessed pilgrimage. Kha is for Khatem, the seal of the prophethood given to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Da is for Deen, al-Islam, religion with Allah since time began. That is for dhikr, remembering Allah, and rise for the month of Ramadan.
Embracing Wakfu program for oneself or on behalf of the parent is Zakat to Jariyah that we afford the dua Jannah be easily key into Wakfu program by bequeathing part of your estate, landed properties and other assets for the sake of Allah. Proceeds or rental fee from this asset shall be judiciously utilized by the tested and trusted Z&S Wakfu Foundation to bring succor to the needy and provision of social amenities and economic empowerment. You can also make a donation of a minimum of 10,000 naira that Z&S Wakfu Foundation will collect to procure assets that are economically viable. No doubt, Wakfu is highly rewarding. Contact Z&S Wakfu Foundation, Suite 12, Tafabalewa Square, Lagos. Call 080-3538-2911. With Wakfu, your asset will earn you Jannah. Be easily live. Be a partaker.
Began, that is for dhikr, remembering Allah.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Once again I say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Viewers, inshallah we are also proceeding in our discussion on comprehensive understanding of Zakat. Last time we looked at the word Zakat, what it means. We mentioned that it stands for growth, development, improvement, cleanliness, sanctity, purity. It also stands for living a comfortable life, having a righteous child, and in fact a pillar of Islam. But today we want to look at Zakat as a pillar of Islam and the understanding of Muslims of this pillar. If compared among other 5 pillars of Islam in accordance with the Prophet that says, Bunya al-Islam ala khamsin, shahada an la ilaha illallah, and to the end of the hadith that Islam is built upon 5 pillars. And Prophet enumerated faith, bearing witness that Allah is one, bearing witness that He, Muhammad is a prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the observance of Salat, and payment of Zakat, fasting in the month of Ramadan, and to crown it up with Hajj, the 5th pillar of Islam. So, amidst all, Zakat stands to be in the middle. Zakat is the central pillar there. Zakat looks as the backbone. When you have Iman and Salat, and you have on one side, and you have Sawm in the month of Ramadan and Hajj on the other side, and then you have Zakat in the middle. So that suggests its position among others. But to our dismay, Muslims today, they are manifestly known for observing Salat. And you see in them sign of being faithful in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because a kafir will not go about observing Salat, both in private life and public life. But Muslim faithfuls, you see them doing that. Likewise, the month of Ramadan is more of ceremony. And the observance of Hajj, in fact, you experience it, especially in most of the Muslim countries. You discover that Muslims key into these systems these four systems greater and better than their activism in the observance of Zakat. In essence, some scholars do say that even Zakat is becoming forgettable among the Muslims. But efforts is on, both past and present, to ensure that Zakat comes back to its proper position. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala referred to this group of people in Surah Al-Hajj saying, Alladina makannahum fil ard, aqamu salata, wa atawu zakata, wa amaru bil ma'ruf, wa nahaw anil munkar, wa lillahi aqibatul umur. Those, when we firmly establish them on earth, they become authority. You see them observing salat, established firmly the payment of zakat, and then you see them commanding with what is good and forbidding what is evil. And to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala belongs the end result of all affairs. Walillahi akbatul umur. To Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala belongs the end result of all affairs. So Allah promises divinely that the institutions of zakat is coming back again. Uthman bin Affan radiallahu anhu, in accordance with the tafsir of the Holy Quran, especially Ibn Kathir, he noted Uthman bin Affan saying that this verse is referring to us. Who are you? He said, Muslims, especially the forebearers, the predecessors of Islam, the companions of Holy Prophet ﷺ, who migrated with him from Mecca to Medina, and those who helped him, the cause of Allah, in Medina, Al-Muhajirun al-Ansar, As-Sabiqun al-Awwalun, the four first generations of Islam, the Quranic generation of Islam. These people, they were one time minority. Id kuntum qalilan fakatharakumullah. They were one time minority, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant them of becoming authority on earth, highly reckoned with. Makannahum fil ard. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala institutionalized them, established them firmly, and they became authority. And then he said they now observe salat without any hitch, and then they now pay zakat, and thereby effecting good living in the society. And zakat was paid. It eradicated poverty during the lifetime of Holy Prophet ﷺ, during the lifetime of the two Umars, Umar bin Khattab, the second caliph, and Umar bin Abdul Aziz, the fifth caliph, or that caliph that stands out to be the best among the kings of Umayyad dynasty. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shower his blessings upon them. For us to firmly establish zakat on earth, we need to put in place 4 to 5 things. Number one is the comprehensive understanding of dutiable items of zakat. We need to know the dutiable items of zakat. What items can we collect zakat from, and at what rate, and when? And what do we call zakat items? Zakat item could be open and hidden. The open zakats, or the open items of zakat, are the ones that can easily be seen. The physical ones, the cattle, the farm produce, the cattle we mentioned, the camel, the cow, the sheep and goats. So all these can be seen and then can be easily estimated and then evaluated, and zakat can easily be taken from it. When you look at a flock of cattle, for example, of a cow, for example, when they say a flock of cow, you discover that it's either 30 or 40. So it is 1/40. You pick out 1 out of 40, or a 2-year-old going to 3-year from 30, from every 30. So these are the open ones. It could be easily seen. But the hidden items of zakat, they are the cash, the gold. Those who have it may not like to even disclose it to people that this is the amount I'm having. So all these are the zakatable items. Especially I've mentioned the duty, the open and hidden. And we are talking in terms of hidden as being gold, being cash, banknotes, and some merchandise items. All these are hidden zakats, hidden zakat items. Another thing we need to understand, or we need to take note of when we are talking in terms of standardizing and family establishing the collection and distribution of zakat, we need to have, secondly, good administration. Good administration involves majorly two things. One, good selections of zakat workers, or who to be zakat workers. And secondly, the perfect collection and better distribution, or perfect distributions of zakat. You collect accordingly and you distribute perfectly. So this good administration we are talking about, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala refers to it in Quran 28 verse 26, Surah Al-Qasas, when he says, Inna khayra man ista'ajarta al-qawiyyu amin. The best to employ, the best you employ in this cause is al-qawiy, the powerful, the energetic, the one that is capable, the one that has the ability to discharge the duty. Al-amin, the trustworthy, the honest, the truthful, that will not betray or disappoint. So these two key qualities, capability, whether in terms of knowledge, in terms of energy, or whatever area, you need to boost the power of the person in charge of zakat collection and distribution is one side. And the other side of it is the inner quality, the behavioral quality of being trustworthy, al-amin. And you could remember that Old Prophet ﷺ was given this title, al-amin, in Mecca. And that actually qualifies him to reform a society, to evolve an ideal, to develop it and made it ideal one. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala refers to him in Surah 2, Al Imran, kuntum khayra ummatin ukhrijat linnas. You are indeed better. You are indeed khayra ummah, the best among the community ever evolved for people. So you having a good administration of zakat is either through its capability and through its capability prowess and through its quality behavior of trustworthiness, honesty, and truthful. Inshallah, we will stop here today, and we hope to continue when next we meet. We say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Began, that is for dhikr, remembering Allah.
Every time you feel
He wants to make Nigeria economy better. She hates injustice and wants to stand for those who cannot stand for themselves. He believes Nigeria refineries can work. He wants to make that change. It takes true character to make a better public service. She wants to make a public servant. But it is not enough to dream. We need to turn dreams into reality, and Startwell Schools is the place to start.
One of the missions of Startwell School is to provide qualitative education with a pristine Islamic teaching that meets this ever-dynamic world. And to the glory of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we can beat our chest over it that we have produced those who have these qualities.
When somebody finishes in this school, he is an ambassador of Islam. We will have practiced Islam within us. So by the time he gets out, he's used to the way of life. So we just want Muslims that will represent us Islamically in the global world.
Enroll your child today at Startwell Schools, located at 15/19 Karim Street, Agbede Meeting, Asalo Bus Stop, Agric, Ikorodu, Lagos. For more information, please call Startwell Schools. Aspire, acquire, achieve.
Startwell School is the best among equal.
Began, that is for dhikr, remembering Allah.
Tẹ́yìn bá jẹ́ mùsùlùmí tó sì jẹ́ mùsùlùmí òdodo, ó yẹ kó ní ọ̀làjú Islam. Nínú ọ̀làjú Islam náà ni kéèyàn mọ ìtí ń lọ nínú ìgbà. Mo ní àǹfààní láti sọ yí pé mo mọ̀ nípa apá wa nínú ọdún tuntun Islam. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìlàkalẹ̀ Islam, torí pé bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti jẹ́ lẹ́sìn, ẹ̀sìn ni Ọlọ́run ọba tó dá wa fi fẹ́ ká lo ayé. Ìyẹn náà ni títọ́ Islam. Bí Islam bá ṣe ń gbé wa náà la máa tẹ̀lé, torí pé ẹ̀sìn Islam ẹ̀sìn ẹ̀kọ́ ni. Ní ṣókí, à ń lo ayé wa lágbárin àti ní dèdè bí Islam ti wí, bẹ́ẹ̀ náà lèrò tèmi náà láti lo ayé.
Yes, Hijrah 1445 AA. Well, resolution has to do with what Allah and the Prophet has enjoined you to do. And if you take a clue from the message of Allah, the message of the Prophet, you will get the fact that what is Hijrah actually means emancipation from a particular state to another. So if you are the type that has engaged in quite a number of vices, you are expected to drop those things and embrace virtues. Ensure that you follow the dictate of Allah in all aspects of life. Ensure that you do things according to the dictate of the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Those are the main message, the significance, importance of Hijrah as Allah, as the Prophet of Allah has enjoined us to do.
Mo pé a ti bọ́ sínú ọdún tuntun nínú Islam bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo pa. Nínú ọdún tuntun tá a ṣe wọ̀ yìí tó jẹ́ ti Islam yìí, ó wù mí kí ìbádà mi tún lékún níwájú Ọlọ́run. Tó gbé kí ni Ọlọ́run ọba ò dá wa sínú ayé fún kankan ju pé kí a tó sìn ín lọ. Aláàkọ́ nìyẹn. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì, àwọn ìwà tí tá à ń wù nínú ọdún tó lọ ká fi ilẹ̀. Ní ètò mò ń sọ o, àwọn àti mo wù tí ò dáa nínú ọdún tí ọdún ìwà bá lọ́wọ́ mi, mo gbọ́dọ̀ fi ilẹ̀ tó gbé kí ni Ànábì Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam òun náà ṣe Hijrah láti ìkan síbi kan ni. So kò wá láyé tá a wà yìí, kò wá sí gbà ṣe Hijrah lọ síbi tó jìnnà wọn, inú ayé ara náà láti máa ṣe Hijrah. Ìwà tí ò dáa tí táwọn ọmọ pa àwọn wù tí ò dáa, táwọn ènìyàn sọ pé ìwà yìí ò dáa, ẹ̀ka àwọn ìkíni ká ṣe Hijrah kúrò níbẹ̀ láti níwà tí ò dáa lọ sínú ìwà tó dáa. Aláàkọ́ ni. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì, gbogbo àwọn mùsùlùmí táwọn pé irun wọn kì í pé tí a mọ̀ pé irun yìí Ọlọ́run bá kan pa gbogbo mùsùlùmí ni, ká ṣe Hijrah kúrò níbi àìpé irun lọ síbi pé kí irun wọn máa pé.
Ordinarily, we are not supposed to be having resolution because as Muslims, we're supposed to know the right thing to do. Character and every other thing must gel with Islamic tenets. So the only thing we need to do is that, because we are not perfect as human beings, so what you think or you felt you didn't do very well in the previous year, you just look up to, amending those ways and be better. I think those are the things that we should always think of. If somebody skipping salat, tahajjud, not regular, tatawa and the likes. So we just have to tell Allah that I want to improve on all those things. And if you are really serious, bismillah, it will be done. So I think that is what we should always use our new resolution.
My new year resolution is to move closer to Almighty Allah, try to worship as at when due, and do good all the time. Alhamdulillah, at least they are trying to recognize the date now. Though despite the fact that the date is equally very important to Muslims all over the world, but some states doesn't see it like that. They saw it as a Muslim year. But going through the fact that Islam has come to stay in fact throughout the world, and Islam is unique in religion. So I think what they did in other states is quite commendable. So I appreciate it.
Ó dáa púpọ̀ ní lódodo ìlú tá a wà yìí kì í ṣe ìlú ẹ̀sìn kan ni a fi lè sọ pé òfin ìlú ó tẹ̀sùn wọn ó sì lágbára ju òfin ẹ̀sìn irú ìlú tá a wà yìí lọ. Àmọ́ ẹ̀bẹ̀ tèmi ó bẹ̀ ìjọba ni pé tí ọdún kọ̀ọ̀kan báyìí bá ń dé kí wọ́n máa recognize ẹ̀ láti lè fi ṣe ayẹyẹ àti àjọ̀dún ọdún tí Ọlọ́run bá ní kó bá wa láyé. Ẹ̀bẹ̀ mi àbí ọ̀rọ̀ mi sọ́dọ̀ ìjọba náà ni pé ó dáa púpọ̀ kí wọ́n kúkú máa declare ọjọ́ yìí ní throughout the federation gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ kan ṣe declare rẹ̀.
Well, if you talk of holiday, I think we may have different perception to it. We may have different perception because according to Allah, in the word of Allah, Allah have said even in Salat, okay, وَإِذَا قُضِيَتِ الصَّلَاةُ فَانْتَشِرُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ وَابْتَغُوا مِنْ فَضْلِ اللَّهِ. Okay, when you observe Salat, Allah said He has enjoined us to go and search for various means of livelihood. So that is the message. So if the government choose to declare holiday, oh well and good. But if they choose not to do so, it is not a crime. Because what we can actually fight for, or what we can tell the government to do, is to ensure there is the declaration of holiday on the two Eidain, that is Eid al-Adha or Eid al-Fitr.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ àti declare holiday tó gbé kí n dábàá wo Gregorian calendar àwọn Kristẹni náà àwọn náà wọ́n á máa declare holiday. Àmọ́ ìdí tí ó ṣe wà effective ní ìlú Nàìjíríà ni pé secular country là ń lò àní àwọn Kristẹni àní àwọn Mùsùlùmí àti àwọn nǹkan tó wọ́n pa lórúkọ kan. Àmọ́ gbogbo ṣe gbà bí wọ́n ní pé ìṣèlú ní ìdálù ká má tàpá sófin ìlú kò jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ.
I want to encourage them, at least for this fact that other states has recognized. I want all the states to recognize Hijra calendar also throughout the federation, since Nigeria is a secular state and we both belong to one religion or the other. So Islam is the most powerful and most recognized religion throughout the world, and I want the government at least once in that year, new calendar year, to be recognized as they recognize January 1.
Well, perhaps maybe I have not actually get to the stage of Nizab. So when I get to the stage of Nizab, we will surely do so. But in terms of Sadaqah, we do that. By the time, a conscious Muslim must ensure that you put in place all necessary measures. Try to measure yourself. Asib nafsaka qabla an yuhasab. Try to do your account before you are called to accountability. So by the time you do so, you must pay zakat. It's a dictate of Allah, is a direct command from Allah to do so for all conscious Muslims. The importance of zakat has been clearly stated in the Quran. Okay, those people that are to benefit from zakat. But the most important thing is to ensure that zakat has come to bring people from poverty. Okay, it has come to bridge the gap between the poor and the rich. It has come to ensure that those people that had less, okay, are able to move to an average stage, and by the time to get to another stage, they should be able to also assist those people that are coming behind them.
Lágbègbè sọ́dákọ̀ ni mo sì ń rán mi tí ì sí lágbègbè zakat torí pé zakat òpó kan sọ́dákọ̀ kì í ṣe ọ̀ranyàn kò sínú òpó Islam àmọ́ zaka ìkànnì òpó Islam ni nítorí bá dẹ̀ jẹ́ òpó Islam ó ti di kí mùsùlùmí ó practice ẹ̀ ẹni tí ó bá ti wá dé ipò kọ́yọ zaka gẹ́gẹ́ bí pé ó jẹ́ ọ̀ranyàn àtòpó Islam yóò máa bẹ lágbègbè kọ́ máa yan ṣe sọ́dákọ̀ Kùránì gbé méjèèjì wá àmọ́ zakat ẹni tí Ọlọ́run bá ní kí dúkìá rẹ̀ bí owó àtàwọn nǹkan míì tí ó jẹ́ dúkìá ẹni tí kìí ṣòwò bí nǹkan ọ̀gbìn bí nǹkan ọ̀sìn bí ilé lóríṣiríṣi àwọn nǹkan wọ̀nyí la lè yọ zakat ń bẹ̀ bí ó ṣe jẹ́ nù ní fún mùsùlùmí tó bá ti wọ ààyè tó bá ti dépò bẹ́ẹ̀ ó létò yẹn nítorí pé zakat yíyọ kì í ṣe ìfẹ́ inú èèyàn máa débẹ̀ bí ìsẹ̀mí ayé ẹni bá ti wá débẹ̀ ọ̀ranyàn ni kẹ́lẹ́sìn kó palẹ̀mọ́ láti yọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí èmi náà mo ti wà yìí mò ń bẹ lọ́n tẹ́mi náà dépò bẹ́ẹ̀ kẹ́mi náà lè máa yọ bí èèyàn bá jàfà kò ní kọ́ mọ́ jẹ́ ẹni tí ó yọ zaka lókun ìgbà tó bá ti lágbára láti yọ.
Of course I do, but for now, I'm not up to, according to what Islam has given us. If you are buoyant enough and you do business, then you are qualified to pay zakat. For me, yet I'm not in that category to pay. But as Allah bless me, I will do that. But my sadaqah is always on. My advice is that others that God has blessed, because it is mandatory for all Muslims to do, so they should continue to do it. May Allah bless them all.
ọmọ school ni ọmọ ilé kéwìn ọmọ school ni ọmọ school nítorí pé ní Ọlọ́run ní pé ẹni tó bá ní kápá àti so ọmọ school wọ́n ṣe ń bọ́ èmi náà ni. bẹ́ẹ̀ ni tí tọ́lọ́run bá gbé ọ̀rọ̀ mi sókè èmi náà pé insha Allah Ọlọ́run á gbé ọ̀rọ̀ mi sókè Ọlọ́run á lè tuntun fún mi ní kápá àti máa yan zaka ni. àmọ́ èèyàn sì lè máa yan zaka nínú àìníyàn náà ìmọ̀ tó níyàn náà nǹkan kan náà lòun náà yọ ń bẹ̀ zaka kan náà ló yọ ń bẹ̀ agbára tó níyàn tọ́lọ́run fún pé mo lágbára wọn náà yọ agbára yẹn kò ká ní pé ó bá ń kọ́lé ọlọ́mọ aládùúgbò yìí fúnpa ìyìn lówó àti lè bá wọn kò wọn náà wọ́n ẹ̀ pé àpò sìmẹ́ntì márùn lè gbé ó ti jẹ́ zaka náà gba tọ́lọ́run fún náà nìyẹn.
I won't say I am paying zakat because I know that zakat is your 2.5% of what you have in your account at the end of the year. That is not having any debts. But I don't think I want to pay the zakat because at the end of the year I don't even think I have up to 5,000 in my account. So anyway, I can still pay the 2.5% of any amount in the account. I think that is the ruling. So maybe henceforth, at the end of the year, I know I have asked so many scholars, how do I pay my zakat? They said the money that I have in my account that is having no debts. So I think I can do that. Maybe at the end of this is Muharram now. This is the first month of the year. So before the Ijah. So I'm going to see what I have in my account. The little that is remaining, I will pay the 2.5%. Inshallah. I'm not pledging, but I hope I will be able to do it.
That is for dhikr, remembering Allah.